Hi there, this is Sam of Core Yoga, and it would be really helpful today in your practice if you had something a little like a strap, so maybe a belt or a towel or a tie, something that you can hook around your foot and pull on. Today's practice is really about mobilizing the spine in rotation. We spend a lot of time in the Yang variations, getting into using rotational core muscles to build strength in that plane of movement, but also to bring some lovely length into that plane of movement. At the moment, we're spending a lot of time over devices, over laptops. We get tension in our shoulders, but we also get very tense and tight in this sagittal plane. So we're just really moving into some different parts of the body to open up and release the tension elsewhere. We're going to start on the mat lying down. So if you want to come to your mat, find a nice comfortable place to lie. And you're going to take your knees bent, your feet together, and then just drop the knees out to the side. So we're going to start in a variation of Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to bring the hands on the belly, however, rather than taking them overhead. And make sure the back of the skull is resting nicely into the earth. So from here, just take a few moments, allow the body to soften and settle. So getting into opening up the inner hips right now. We'll start with this yin pose. We'll then do some lovely preparatory poses for the sequence, getting the body active, getting length where we need it, strength where we need it, so we can work through the standing sequences. And then we'll come back to some yin at the end of the practice, just to allow the body to come to stillness. And so just allowing yourself to be still right now. And notice how easy or maybe a little challenging it is just to lie and do nothing. And particularly when our mindset is that we're about to move. And just enjoy it. And draw your attention to your breath. Allow the breath to fill the belly. Allow the breath to leave the body with no real direction and control just yet. And then notice the sensations around your hips. Notice if there are still muscles in the back of the hips, holding on, engaged a little. And see if you can allow those muscles to soften and let go. We're going to be here for about 1 more minute. And every time you inhale, feel the belly expand. And every time you exhale in your mind's eye, ask the hips to soften. And from here, slowly draw your hands by your side and just use your hands to guide your knees in together. And feet flat on the floor, draw your right knee towards your chest, interlace your hands over your knee. And then exhale as you extend your left leg away from you. First of all, start off by hovering that left foot. And as you hover that left foot, push the heel away, draw the toes towards your shin, and feel how the belly is working here. So when we come into the hip opening stretches in a minute, in the preparation, this is how much we want the core to be active, despite the fact that we're not actually asking it to do too much. So from here, allow the left foot and press the left heel down and keep that sense of tension in the belly. Grab your strap and take your strap around the mid part of your right foot and extend the right leg up to the sky. Draw your toes towards your shin, push your heel away from you. Feel the right heel press up and the left heel press down. Feel the right quadriceps fire to create a sense of length in the right hamstrings. And don't worry if your left knee is a little bit bent, there's likely just to be a little bit of tightness in the front of the hip. Then taking the strap into your left hand, reach your right hand out to the side. Allow your right leg to travel right the way over to the left. So I'm just going to move a little to give me more space. And then with the strap, pull on it. And with the foot, push on it. And feel an activation of inner thighs as we start to draw attention to the muscles around the pelvis at the same time as we're creating length into some tight spots. And then inhale, bring that right leg back to the sky. Take the strap with your right hand. Take your left hand out to the side. You're going to look over your left shoulder. Push the foot into the strap and pull the strap back. So there's a real two-way action here. As soon as you get to a space that the left hip wants to lift, you want to stop. So you want to come back and make sure that that left hip stays grounded into the floor. So that same sense of activating the core muscles as you open up your hips. So in the standing practice, we're going to get into twists. But to be able to get into twists, we want to make sure we've got a little bit of space in our hips to start with. Nice. And then bring that leg back to the center. From there, bend the right knee, bring the right foot to the floor. Hug the left knee in towards your chest, interlace your fingers around the knee. As you exhale, extend the right leg away from you and hover it a moment off the floor, a centimeter off the floor. Push the heel away, draw your toes towards your shin, feel the belly nicely active. And then keep that, press the right heel into the floor and take your strap around your left foot, extend the left leg up to the sky. So the strap today is not around the arch, it's not around the heel, it's around the mid part of the foot. And then from here, you're going to push the foot into the strap as you pull the strap back. So unlike the yin variation of this pose that we do often, this is more of a yang variation. So we're feeling that activation in belly, pressing the right heel into the floor, drawing the left heel towards the sky and the toes towards the shin. And notice the longer we stay here with this mindset, maybe the leg gets a little straighter. Maybe you feel a little length arrive in the back of the hips. And what it does do is it brings some length into the muscles by using the strength on the contrasting side. Take the strap into your right hand, your left hand out to the side. Push the strap with your left foot and pull the strap with your right hand. You're just going over until your body stops, that's where you stop. Then continue that sense of push and pull as you squeeze the inner thighs together. That will allow the pelvis to a little more move, to allow a little more rotation at the belly space. So whilst we are not physically rotating the torso right now, we're rotating the hips. That's the same movement pattern that we're going to do standing, but we'll move the torso whilst we're standing. And then inhale, come back to the center. Continue to push the strap into the foot into the strap. And then take the right arm out to the side, take the left leg out to the left. Keep that right hip grounded on the floor. I just need to create a little more space, long limbs. Nice. And so you have this sense of push and pull, this sense of control on the contrasting side, and this activation through the belly, just getting nice and deep into these hips. These inner thighs, these groin muscles get really tight if we spend a lot of our time seated, and that's what we're doing at the moment. Nice. And then inhale, draw that leg back to the center. Just pop your strap to one side, hug both your knees in towards your chest. And then a few rock and rolls. So with the knees into the chest, just take underneath the knees with your hands. Inhale, lift your hips. And exhale, bring the tips of the toes to the floor. Back again. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Nice, 3 more like that. Inhaling back, exhaling up. Good, nice. Getting a nice massage along the spine, but also starting to tune into these muscles of core, particularly in the front space. And hip flexors. From here, take a breath in. Lift the toes in line with the knees. Open the chest, reach the hands, Navasana. Lovely. From here, take a breath in, reach the hands up to the sky. As you exhale, bring the soles of the feet together and fold over the feet, Baddha Konasana. Nice. From here, take a breath in, come back, Navasana, exhale. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. And then exhale, separate the arms, reach them as far away from each other as you can as you twist to the right. And then inhale back to the center. And then exhale, same thing, other side, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. So starting to tune into those rotational core muscles now. And inhale from here, one more like that. Exhale, Navasana. Inhale, arms lift high. Exhale, twist to the right, knees stay exactly where they are. Inhale, arms lift high. Exhale, twist to the left. Nice. Inhale to lift. Exhale, cross the legs. Bring the hands to the mat. Lift the hips up. Forward fold. Just take a moment, forward fold. Grab the elbows, allow the head to hang heavy. A nice rock from side to side. So you might have noticed as you came into those Navasana twists that one side felt way easier than the other. And that's often because we carry constriction somewhere in our body more on one side than the other. So it's good to know that when I twist left, I need to work a little bit harder. I need to do a little bit more movement to be able to get that range in there. From here, inhale, press your hands into the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, look up. And exhale, palms together in the heart space. So 4 half salutations, 2 variations with a chair and a twist. So the same movement pattern that we just did in Navasana, but now in chair. Be mindful, when you twist, that your pelvis doesn't come with you, that when you twist, you're twisting from the waist. So you might not get these arms, like if I needed to get them directly horizontal, then I need to turn my hips. So I just get them as far wide as I can. From here, feet hip distance apart, palms together in the heart space. Take an inhalation breath. Take an exhalation breath. Then inhale, reach the hands to the sky, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky and look up. And exhale, palms together, linking breath and movement. One more. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale. Exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, right hand behind you, twist. Inhale, Utkatasana, hands are forward. Exhale, left hand behind you, twist. Inhale, Utkatasana, hands lift high. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. One more like that. Inhale to chair, hands are in front of you. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together. Similar in lunges. Inhale, press the floor away, lift the ring fingers. Exhale, draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee to the floor. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, gaze between the palms. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank, two more like this. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. This time, exhale, knees, thighs, belly to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra, don't go far. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your right thumb. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, reach up, gaze between the palms. Exhale, hands down, left foot joins the right. Inhale, halfway we lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees. Same thing in standing lunges. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra, maybe a little deeper. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at left thumb. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee stays lifted. Inhale, push the floor away from you. Crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, right foot to join the left. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And exhale, palms together. Now with twists. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, arms straight out in front of you. Exhale, left hand to the back of the mat, gaze to the left thumb. Stay here, take an inhalation breath. Stay here, exhale. Feel the feet in contact with the floor. Push them down. Feel the inner thighs, give them a squeeze. Lower belly hugs in, maintaining rhythm of breath. As you exhale, windmill the hands back to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards, high plank, we're going back out of it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel to high. Exhale, dog. One more, inhale, high plank. This time, exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Option to go a little bit deeper, inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right foot. Exhale, step the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Inhale, reach the hands in front of you. Then exhale, right hand to the back of the mat. And the gaze with the right thumb. If that hurts your neck, look wherever it feels nice. Then stay here to breathe. Feel the feet push the floor away from you. Feel the inner thighs hug them together. Lower belly draws in. Creating stability for us to move this upper body a little more. Then as you exhale, windmill the hands. Step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees to fold it forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, left knee stays lifted. Inhale into your lunge, shoulders on top of hips, back knee a little bit bent. Hands out to the side, continue in front of you, continue your rhythm of breath. Then as you exhale your next breath, take your time, right hand towards the back of the mat. So pelvis is staying where it is. Rotation is happening above the waist. We have some long levers here. We do this often with our elbows bent. That creates more tension and strength for the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, windmill the hands. Step back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale to cobra, make it deeper if you want. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, set your lunge first. Make sure those shoulders are stacked on top of hips. Maybe there's a bend in the back knee. Inhale, reach the hands out in front of you. Exhale, rotate to the left. So everything that we worked on in the first lunge, we do the same. We push the feet down, we squeeze the inner thighs. We move with the breath, we go until our body stops, and then we stay there, and we work with the breath to maybe get a tiny bit deeper. Exhale, windmill the hands. Step the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet and your knees together. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Inhale, sit a little lower. And then exhale, twist, just like we did when we used the limbs. But now take that left elbow somewhere on the outside edge of the right knee and bring the palms back together. And then as you exhale, press elbow into knee and knee into elbow as you draw your hands towards your heart space. So until your body stops, and then you stop. Gaze either to the right elbow or just wherever your neck feels comfortable. Squeeze and hug those inner thighs, just like in the lunge. Push the floor away from you, just like in the lunge. That will stabilize lower body. As you exhale, derotate, bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, fold. So same thing, other side. Inhale, chair. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, sit lower. Exhale, rotate to the left. Take your right elbow, place it on the outside edge of your left knee. Bring your hands back together. Use your in-breath to create some length. Use your out-breath as you take that twist, drawing the palms together towards the heart space. Remember, one side's often tighter than the other side. So work with your body and notice what your body is telling you. Then breathe into that tightness. And as you exhale, allow the body to accept a bit more space. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale, de-rotate hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, hands down, plank. Inhale in your plank, your choice. Exhale, chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, draw the chest forward. Press the floor down and squeeze those inner thighs as you exhale. Left elbow on the outside edge of the right knee. Press the hands together, same thing as in chair. You've just split your legs. The legs are working hard, the legs are strong. The elbow is pressing against the knee and the knee back. We're using the breath to get deeper into the pose. We're drawing the right shoulder blade towards the left. As you exhale, de-rotate. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, press the floor away from you. Bring your hands to your hips and raise your right knee, your left knee. So just holding here for a moment. So this is where maybe a strap might be useful to have at hand. From here, take a breath in. Take your right hand on the outside edge of your left knee. Inhale, reach your left hand to the sky. Exhale, twist from the waist, just like we've done, to reach your left hand behind you. Don't allow the left knee to go with you. Keep that left knee central. So twist until you stop, and then you stop. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left leg. Inhale, bring that left foot back to the floor. Take your strap if you have one. You can do this without a strap if you need to. And hook that strap around the mid part of the left foot. This pose looks exactly the same standing as it does lying down. I don't have the range in my hamstrings to take my fingers to my toes, so a strap very much helps me maintain a lovely strong neutral spine and pelvis so that I can create more length in my body. So just like we did before, you're going to inhale, raise your left knee. Then exhale, you're going to extend that left foot. So you're pulling on the strap just like you did in standing, in lying. Create a sense of control here. You have this sense of push and pull on the strap and grounding into the mat. Then as you inhale, right hand lifts high. And then as you exhale, left hand reaches to the mat behind you. Same thing as in the lunge, we just got our legs in a different position. Feel it, know that wobbling is normal. And then from here, as you exhale, de-rotate, release the strap, fold forwards. So you can do two variations of the first one we did if you don't have a strap accessible. Inhale, halfway you lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Inhale a breath. Exhale, twist to the right, no hooking of arms. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist to the left, no hooking of arms. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, step back. Take an inhalation breath in your plank. And then exhale, your option, chaturanga or to the floor. Inhale, your option, cobra or up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, torso forward. Exhale, push the floor down, squeeze the inner thighs and twist to the left. Take the left elbow, the right elbow on the outside edge of the left knee, and then continue your twist. Nice. Hey, you might fall over like me, or you might maintain your rhythm of breath. What I recommend is you don't think about the next pose, you focus on this pose right here and right now. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, de-rotate. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, press the left foot down, raise the right knee. And then hold here, stabilize. Feel that sense of grounding, that sense of activation of left glute. Left hand on the outer edge of the right knee. Inhale, right hand to the sky. And then exhale, you're twisting from the waist. So this is a variation we can do twice if we don't have a strap. Feel that sense of grounding. And we're still holding this knee. We're still pushing knee into hand and pulling knee back. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, come back to center. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, bring the right foot to the floor, take your strap. Continue to breathe. Feed the strap underneath the mid part of the foot. Get it in place, and then inhale, bend that right knee again. So just holding the strap, getting it ready. Inhale, extend that right leg. Push the strap into the the foot into the strap, and pull the strap back. Take the strap with your left hand. Inhale, right hand to the sky. And then exhale, squeeze those inner thighs just like you do in the lunge, just like you do in the chair. It's the same sense, it's just a different position of the legs. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, de-rotate, release it, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards, Padangusthasana. So 2 peace fingers through the big toe and underneath it, like a hook. Inhale, half lift again, but we go less high. Exhale, fold forwards, elbows out to the side. So a nice, decent stretch for the back of the thighs. Good. And then from here, release it. Inhale, press your hands into your shins. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky and look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Slightly different variation this time. Take the strap once again around your foot. So you remember lying on our back, we took the leg one way, we took the leg the other way. Standing up, we've moved the torso so it looks like we've taken the leg one way. And now we're going to move the leg the other way. So if you don't have a strap, you can do this with a bent knee as well. Bring the right foot to the floor and the strap around the mid part of the right foot. Nice. And then from here, press the left foot down, bring the pelvis into neutral, bring the right leg up. So this quadricep is still working. You're pushing your right heel away from you, you're keeping your hips facing forward, and you're going to bring the right leg around side until your hips say, you know what, that's enough. Then left arm out to the side, option to gaze to that left arm. Keep pushing the left foot into the floor, keep pushing the right foot into the strap. And then stabilize here using your breath. Good. As you exhale, bring it back to the center. Release the strap, but keep the knee lifted. Inhale a breath here. Then exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands in line with your chest. Inhale a breath here. Exhale, twist to the left. Now press the left foot into the floor. Keep the arms separated. Take the torso forward. So you have the option to keep the back foot down or to create a spider shape with your fingertips and raise the back foot. Squeeze the inner thighs, push the left foot into the floor, lift the right heel to the sky. Good, twisted half moon pose here. Paravita Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Breathe. It doesn't have to look beautiful, but I want you to feel that sense of control in whole body. As you exhale, derotate, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, open the chest, push back in your right heel. And exhale, bring the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky and look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. So grab your strap, same thing, second side. So as we take the strap under the foot, we make sure that that strap or that tie, or whatever it is pretty much around that midfoot, just like we had it right at the beginning. So we're just repeating the same movement patterns today, but in different positions. From here, press the right foot down, get that stable posture, and then inhale, lift the left leg. Walk your hands as close to the foot as you can, and push the foot into the hand and pull the hand back. So you have this two-way action, same pressure, right foot presses down. Right arm out to the side, left leg out as far as the body will allow it, and then maybe the gaze towards your right fingertips. Good, feel that sense of right foot pressing down, and left foot pushing into that strap. The arm is strong. As you exhale, bring you back to the center, release the strap but keep the knee bent. Take an inhalation breath. And as you exhale, step that left foot back to a high lunge. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands in line with the shoulders. Inhale, a breath here. Exhale, twist to the right. So we've been here before, in theory, many times. We're just taking it to a different position. So arms are still reaching in two different directions. I take the chest forward. I bring the left fingertips to the floor, the right hand to the sky. I have the option to stay here. Or I have the option to straighten my back front leg and lift my back leg. Paravita Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon. Same squeezing of inner thighs. Same pressure of the left foot up towards the sky, right foot down towards the ground. Finding the breath. And as you exhale, derotate, bend the knee, bring the left foot to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, bend the knees, come down to the floor. We're going to come to seated. So we've done a lot of work, in theory, opening up the hips with the objective of getting into those rotational muscles of core and getting some movement rotationally in the spine. And now we're just going to allow the body to flex forward a little bit and to flex to the side a little bit to get into those different spaces. So you're going to cross your legs, your right shin is in front of your left shin, and your feet are in line with your knees. You have an option to raise this right foot and place it on top of the inside edge of the left knee, so you've got fire logs, or you sit in that variation of Sukhasana. So bring your hands behind you, press the sit bones down and lengthen the spine. Good. And then as you exhale, walk your hands forward as far forward as they'll go. Now might not be where they finish, and this might be where they finish. Allow the head to hang heavy. So now allowing the breath just to return to a natural ebb and flow. Don't be in any rush to get anywhere now. Allow the chin to softly draw towards the chest. Allow the breath to flow in and out of the ribs. Allow the body to use the out breath to soften and deepen into the pose. And then be still. If this is too intense for your hips already, then just take it one step less intense. So either bring your foot off your knee, or maybe cross your legs at your ankles. Allowing the body to soften and settle, but being mindful that this is a pretty deep outer hip stretch. So it's not going to be without sensation. So how does our mind deal with that sensation, and how does the body react to that sensation? Control the mind by allowing it purely to focus on the breath. Inhaling into the rib cage and exhaling as you ask those hips to soften and settle. Allowing those muscles around the pelvis to let go. We're going to be here for about another 30 seconds or so. Notice when the mind wanders, bring it back. The breath, the relaxation of the space that's hanging on to tension. Then inhale, walk your hands back to the center. So from here, the right hand comes out to the side. And connect that right hand into the floor. Push the floor away from you a little bit, like you're doing a mini side plank. And then inhale, lift the left hand up to the sky. And then bring the left hand so it caps over the right ear. So it comes all the way over your head and then caps over the right ear. And then ever so slowly, so you're in no rush. You're just allowing the body to lean to the right. So you want to prevent any rotation here. We've done plenty of rotation today. So now we're stretching out those muscles. And we're stretching out the muscles in the side waist also, and in the outer hip also. We did a lot of work at lengthening and activating inner thighs and outer hips and all that stability work. And so allow the head to feel heavy in the hand. And breathe into the left side of the body. Allow the left hip to feel heavy. 3 more rounds of breath here. Focusing the mind on inhaling into the side ribs and exhaling to let go of the tension around that side body, around that hip space. And releasing your left hand, allow yourself to come back to the center. Uncross your legs and just extend your legs out in front of you for a minute. Your hands by your side, a little bit of a windscreen wiper action with your feet. Allowing the hips just to have that rebound, maybe moving the body in any way that feels comfortable. Until you come to the other side. So this time, this might feel weird or it might feel natural, depending on which one you prefer. But this time your left shin is in front of your right. So your feet, as best you can, are in line with your knees rather than the knees out to the side. It just gives us a deeper opening to the hips. But if that felt too uncomfortable for you on first side and you had to resort to this pose with the crossed ankles, and then feel free to take that. If you took the ankle on top of the inner left knee, then take it to the same on the other side. And then bring the hands by your side. Press the sit bones down, lengthen the spine. So first of all, create that sense of length. And then exhale, go forward as far as your body will allow, and then stop. So that, as far as the body will allow, will nowhere be your maximum range. But it will be where your muscles are allowing you to get to today. And then as we soften a little bit deeper into this, then the muscles accept the space. Maybe slowly, maybe quickly. So I noticed in my body on the first side, the muscles were hanging on to something. They were really taking their time to respond to the position I put them in. On this side, they feel better. They feel like almost like they've had a bit of opening already. And now it's just getting back to that same position. So we're never forcing ourselves into the pose. We're just allowing ourselves to arrive into the pose. And we're really aware that despite this being a still, static hold, but despite us using zero muscle power, it won't take the intensity away. That sense of discomfort is totally fine in your yoga practice. Our job is to breathe and to focus the mind to allow us to retain that discomfort for a longer period of time. Stronger body, stronger mind. So here in this forward fold, we're breathing into the rib cage. And as we exhale, we're releasing tension in the muscles around the hips. Notice if they're still hanging on. My right glute was still active just then. It was just like stopping me or helping me. And so I had to consciously use my out breath to let it go. And even when it's let go once, it might fire back up again, so be mindful. Take your time. Attention. Inhale. Breathing to the rib space. Exhale, releasing the tension around the hips. Notice what's going on in your physical body. So that right hip I was talking about, that right glute, every about 3 breaths, it fires up again. So I'm just having to ask it to release every time I notice it, kind of try and take the load. Maybe you experience that in your body, maybe you don't. There's no right or wrong. And then from here, press into your hands and walk your hands back towards your knees. So from here, we'll go to that side stretch. So first of all, we reach the left hand out to the side, and a little bit like we're doing a tiny soft side plank, we push the floor away from us. Just helps to create some length first. And then reaching the right hand up to the sky, and then the right hand past the right ear. So then we're just holding the head in our right hand. And then we're allowing the weight of the head to sink into the right hand, allowing us to soften deeper into the pose as we stay here. So the right side of the hip is grounded, that doesn't lift. And for those of you with a foot on top of the knee, that's actually helping that right side stay in place. And then we're breathing into the left side of the body, into the right side of the body, into that right rib cage, right outer waist, right hip. As we exhale, we're allowing the body to soften and settle, to accept the space. And we're here for about another 3 rounds of breath. And then inhale, come all the way back up, be really mindful. Extend the legs out in front of you, bring your hands behind you, take your time, and just give those feet a little windscreen wiper rock from side to side. Nice. So from here, making yourself space to come lie down on your back. And you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest and drop the left knee out to the side. And then from there, you're either going to stay here in this variation of half Supta Baddha Konasana, half Happy Baby, or you can take your foot up to the sky and grab the outer side of your foot, so on the right side. So you've just opened up this knee a little. So whichever feels right for your body today, this evening, this morning, whenever you're doing this practice. And then just allowing the body to soften and settle. Allow the belly, if it hasn't already, to get soft. And allow the breath to draw into that belly space. And then from here, slowly release that right leg first. So the right foot back to the floor, and then the left foot back to the floor. The left knee to chest, right knee out, half Supta Baddha Konasana, half butterfly. So the left knee can stay here, and this is a pretty nice yin space. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I open up my knee and take my foot, it becomes way more intense for me. So we can choose where feels right for our body and whether we think, yeah, we need just one more bit of intensity, or whether we need this to be really calming now. pelvis to be heavy. Allow that belly to be soft. Allow the breath to travel deep into that belly space. And then slowly releasing that left leg back to the floor, drawing the right knee in towards you. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Just take a nice little rock from side to side. And then just finishing with a really soft twist now. We've done plenty of twists into the body. So take the feet mat distance apart and open the knees. Drop the knees to the right, look over the left. I really like this as a nice stretch for my quads as well. I find that in my body I get pretty tight in the front of my thighs, and it's actually a really nice, soft, mellow stretch for those quads. And then same thing, other side. Drop the knees to the side, look over the other shoulder. And then back to the center. From here we'll come into Shavasana. So extend the legs out in front of you, mat distance apart. Bring the palms up to face the sky. Take a big breath, a full body breath. And as you exhale, a big sigh out of the mouth. Stay here, allow the breath to return to its natural ebb and flow. And before you bring any movement back into the physical body, just take a moment to feel the whole body. And take a moment to tune in to that pelvis and that waist and that torso. And just sense how that twisting practice has made you feel. And then bring movement back to your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles. Slowly walk the feet in towards the chest. Hug your knees close. Little rock from side to side. All the way over to one side to push yourself up. Keep the eyes closed for the last moments. Come to find a comfortable seat. The palms facing down, the back of the skull lifting up and a little bit back. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me. Namaste.